Hey guys, welcome back to Say What Reacts. We're back again with another, I feel like my mic is way too loud, with another DPR Ian reaction. And my friend RJ is with me. For you guys who don't know, RJ has his own channel, rjkpop. He does a lot of K-pop reactions and stuff like that. And he's hanging out with me today, and I'm showing him some artists that I like. And by request, actually.
Oh, yeah.
You were like...
Oh, that's right. That was me, wasn't
it? You did. Because obviously, like, I had groups that I wanted to show you.
Yeah,
but, like, I wasn't 100% sure who you'd seen, who you hadn't seen.
Right.
And, yeah, so... I've been talking about Christian for a while, like, a lot lately, especially. And I think that intrigued him in a way, possibly.
But you know what? Did I ask you before you had mentioned this interview thing?
Yeah. You asked me before. I think you knew about the interview.
Yeah. So that just so happened.
Hold on.
Really
Why
funny
is
how that
this on the screen? Hold on a second. I need to... Why am I not able to?
You can.
No. There we go. That was weird. You see how I couldn't get rid of the bottom bar? Sorry about that. My computer just hates me, so we're good. Okay, we're good now. You saw, like, before it was, I was like, why are we doing this? Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. My computer didn't want me to do what I was doing. But yeah, no, we were trying to figure out, like, when he came to visit, who I was going to introduce him to, and I had two groups in mind, and he's like, hey, actually, instead of one of those groups, would you mind introducing DPR Ian to me? And my response was like, oh my god, absolutely!
Which is so funny because I guess I didn't expect you to react like that.
I was so excited.
I had every intention of checking him out eventually on my channel. But then I think I had just seen your videos and stuff like that, not like watched them, but I was just like, oh, maybe
probably my thumbnails.
Yeah. And I think I was like, you know what? I think it would be really fun to actually do this with Anitra instead.
Yeah.
So then when you said that, you were like, oh my god, yes.
I was like,
okay,
oh
great.
my god, you have no idea. Of course I will. I'm so excited. I was like freaking out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So boy, am I excited to dive into DPR Ian with RJ. Yes, the more people who know about this beautiful, intelligent, brilliant man, the better. So yeah, we're gonna kind of do this a little kind of pretty much in order, but there's like two things that I kind of flopped the order of as far as order of release. So in this part one, we are going to check out So Beautiful and Nerves, which I know technically No Blueberries comes before Nerves, but I just want to put these two together. Aesthetically, I feel like I want these two to go together. And then part two, we will check out No Blueberries and Scaredy Cat and Welcome to the Show. So that's what we're doing in part one and part two, and we also have part like 3 and stuff planned and stuff for tonight, hopefully, that we can get to react to as well. But oh my god, I'm so excited. I have a lot to like kind of like talk to RJ about and reveal and stuff, but like I kind of just want to see, have you heard anything that I've said about him, or what do you know about like him or his story or anything? I know you've heard me talk about him like a little bit recently, so like I don't know what you've heard.
So I was curious about him. I saw his Zach Sang interview.
Yeah. Okay. So you do know things about. Yeah. Okay.
So I watched, which is funny because I didn't intend to watch the whole thing, but there was something about him and his way. And I don't know. I was very intrigued, but I know is he bipolar?
Mm-hmm.
Hearing him talk about that was very interesting.
Yeah.
And it made me want to check out his music, which is why I was mainly interested in just seeing what that was going to be like incorporated. Yeah. How it was going to be incorporated.
Yeah.
English.
We know what you mean.
But yeah. So that's really all I know. I never dove any deeper than that.
And I think I love that you actually said that, because one of the things that I recently had the opportunity to interview Christian. He's such a beautifully kind person, and that is a moment that one of the best moments I've experienced in my life. He is beautifully kind and just so humble and just so genuine and vulnerable, and it was a wonderful experience. So beautiful. Oh my god. Speaking of, no pun intended with what we're about to watch, but he is so beautiful. Yeah, literally is like a self-title, because it should be. Anyway, but one of the things that we talk about in the interview, he had asked me a question, and so I think you just saying hearing that, like, you know, that he has bipolar made me actually want to know more about like his art and stuff like that. And I don't think he ever realized that just kind of resonates with like people's not just curiosities, but just like they want to know more, because it is something that not a lot of people I think know about and or know enough about, and especially not just know about, but someone actually creating art from their experience with that as well, which is just, I think, is just lovely to see, and especially when you see how he takes the story and tries to present it to us visually. It's so interesting.
Like, if I remember correctly, he was talking about some and don't quote me because this was a long time ago I saw that interview, but I think he was talking about him also almost kind of having like two personalities or something like that, and sometimes one would take over and he wouldn't necessarily remember that.
Yeah, so
it was very interesting.
I wasn't gonna like say this until a little bit later, but it's okay because you've kind of seen the interview, so you do know a little bit more, so I'll just mention this now. So back when all of this came out and back when that interview was out, he had only talked about him being bipolar. But recently, like as in a couple months ago recently, he did say that he has DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. So which is, you know, that's the more proper term for the old term, which is multiple personality disorder. So that's the old like term. So he has talked about that now, about, you know, so he has both. And just because you have one doesn't mean you have the other, vice versa. But in his case, he does have both. And so that's kind of what he's referring to. Like, there is a character called Mido, which represents his manic like lows. And then there is another character called Mr. Insanity, which represents his manic highs. So that's how he kind of distinguishes, and how for storyline aspects to try to make us understand who is who and what's happening, that's how he's able to kind of tell the story and kind of show what is happening.
Okay.
I guess I can say this too, just so you know kind of like where these visuals are coming from. So he has told us in the past that he has lucid dreams, like he lucid dreams, and almost everything we see comes from that, like these lucid dreams that he has, and just bringing those dreams to life for us on the camera so we can see what he's experienced and stuff. And it's so, I know, it's like, oh man, this is amazing in the most like crazy way. Like it's beautiful, like in a way. Exciting. Yeah. So it's just him trying to portray to us what he's experienced in his life, in the best way possible, like the most consumable way possible, I guess. So yeah. So anyway, let's go ahead and put this on pause and let's just dive right in. I think we've talked enough. We've talked for like over 8 minutes now.
Really? See,
time flies. It's because, you know, I'm just so easy to talk to. What can I tell you? No, but honestly, like, he's been here since like noon, and like it's already like 8 p.m. and it's like, where is the time gone? Like, yeah, I don't even know. It's crazy. So, but we're gonna start with So Beautiful. And let's get this on the screen for you guys. And there is a pause warning above RJ's head, because yes, I will 100% be pausing. I got the approval from Christian himself that he likes pausing, so don't complain about my pausing because the artist likes it. So, but yeah, we will be pausing because there might be moments I want to, like, you know, specifically to show like RJ, or be like, you see this moment, you know, this is kind of, yeah. So, but I want you to, I'm so excited for you to see this. I cannot wait. Okay, I need to shut up. Okay, let's go. Are you ready? Ugh, and his voice and his accent. Okay, yeah. Let's continue. Let's go. Yeah. Well, you've heard him. Yeah. Like speak, so.
Which is funny because, you know what, never mind.
No, what were you going to say?
I just like, because you played like tiny.
Yeah, the little like intro of like us saying hi to each other. Yeah.
Exactly. So then I was like, wait, I don't remember that. Because like I said, I watched the interview.
Yeah.
So I guess I just don't remember him having an accent, but he's got an accent. So.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. Okay, are we ready?
Ready.
Okay, let's go.
Before I change again, remind me of the time when I still remembered. I fulfill a calling.
That was scary.
pause it. Okay, well, I was going to pause it, then my pause button didn't work. I was trying to pause it before the drop happened. So, just that intro.
Scary.
Scary.
What did he say at the beginning?
I'll play it again.
Before I change again, remind me of the time when I still remembered. I feel it coming.
I feel it coming.
Okay, that's what I thought he said. What does that say?
Why is my pause button not working? Okay, it's working now. I'm like, what is happening?
What did those words say backwards?
It's a DPR Ian plus visuals. Or DPR visuals plus Ian. Okay. So, yeah, DPR Ian visuals. But yeah. So does it... What do you think is, like, happening here? Like, what does it look like is happening here?
Well, based on the beginning where he said, before I change again, this almost seems like someone taking over his body.
Someone taking over his body?
Yeah.
Okay. When I first reacted, because obviously you have the knowledge of that interview and what I've told you, so you have the knowledge of bipolar and DID. I had zero clue. And I'm like, is he a werewolf? Because I didn't know. I'm just like, he's taking off his shirt. Like, I'm just like, he looks like he's in pain. Like, he's transforming. And like, what has happened? Is he a werewolf? Like, I had no idea.
I can see that, though.
Yeah. And my pause button is still acting up. I just don't understand why. And this is going to drive me fucking crazy if I have to click to pause this whole time. But that's okay. Let's go. Dude, yeah. I mean, thank you for the visuals. DPR visuals, indeed.
Oh, yeah. What does that even mean, DPR? What is that from?
Dream Perfect Regime is what it stands for.
So...
Like DPR Live.
Like I've seen someone else with DPR.
DPR Live, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that also him?
No, it's part of his, like, it's collective, like DPR, like DPR Live. Or, DPR is, like, you know, there's DPR Cream, there's DPR, which is, I think, producer, I believe, DJ, producer. DPR Live, which he tends to do a lot more kind of rap, like hip-hop-y type sounding things. When we saw him in concert last year, it was him and DPR Live together. And then there's DPR Ian, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, indeed.
I could totally see why you thought it was a werewolf.
Yeah, right? Like the werewolf thing.
Yeah, I could totally get it.
Yeah, exactly. But you see how he's like waking up in the middle of the road, like not looking like he doesn't know where he's at and stuff. He's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once again, I was like, werewolf?
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm like, you know?
I can totally see that.
Yeah.
It has to be scary. What's happening?
What do you mean?
His eyes are scaring me. Wait, is that real?
I love that. I never noticed the mood swings in this order tattoo on his chest there. Love that. So the eye is not like, that's not how his eye normally looks. No.
Right.
So I don't want to give away too much. Like I want him to like, I don't know.
Okay,
like,
well, don't say anything.
Okay. Watch the whole thing and then you tell me what you think is happening at the end. Okay. And then I'll tell you. Well, you need to speak up. We can't hear you.
I know. I'm sorry.
I'm like, you better speak up.
I'm mostly talking to myself about it.
Why is his eyeball on his ring?
Yeah.
I know. I keep like inching the microphone more and more towards you because I know I'm plenty loud, but I'm like, you need to be louder.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I just want to make sure that people can hear you because they've heard me talk enough about Ian. But yeah, why is his eyeball on his ring?
Yeah.
That's a question.
Okay.
Oof, that piano there.
That was beautiful.
That piano.
Piano is the way to my heart, by the way.
Oh, is it? Piano's the way to your heart.
That's like my favorite instrument ever.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, in case you don't know, sorry, since I'm paused, I might as well say it.
What?
He not only he composes all of it, he writes all of it, he acts all of it, he also directs all of it himself, and then he also edits the MVs himself as well.
What?
I know. Like, I'm telling you, this man is like fucking brilliant. It's crazy and amazing. I know.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like super like particular like with it. Like he's very like, yeah.
That is very interesting.
I know. So good. Hold on, I need to see something real quick. Okay. That was CL, by the way.
CL?
At least that's what I heard.
Let's see. Really?
Well, I thought that's what I heard. That she's in this for like 2 seconds, but she's in No Blueberries. She does vocals in No Blueberries, which you've heard No Blueberries before. And then I heard that that's CL. I have never checked out CL's music. I know of CL clearly. I mean, hello. She's like iconic. But I've never checked out her music before. But I was told that that's CL, and then she also does I know that she does the vocals in No Blueberries.
Maybe it doesn't look like her to me from the side. I don't know.
Unless it's not, and like someone fucking lied to me. Hope not. But I don't sound like an idiot. Anyway.
Oh, I love the instruments.
Mm-hmm. His production is always so good.
Yeah, this is way different than what I don't even know what I was expecting, actually.
I said the same thing. I said the same thing. I was just like, I don't know what I was expecting, but this was definitely not it. And
not at all.
Like, I'm so pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah. That transition. Shit. What?
That like
the instrumentation?
Yeah. It felt like I don't know, like almost like, is it noir that I'm thinking of? Is that the word? I don't know, like I can't even really place it.
This like kind of like the dark.
Yeah, it's almost like
I know what you
from an older sound.
Yeah.
Like musical wise.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels a bit like I have an image in my mind.
I see why you said noir. I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Like,
every time I hear noir now, I just think of Sunmi. We are noir. Yeah. Have you not heard Sunmi's song?
I don't even know who she is yet.
Gashina? Gashina.
No.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's continue.
Wow. No, it's not over with yet. Right? Hey, I know that song.
This is why No Blueberries is next.
Oh.
So just remember, because obviously I'm not doing these in order. Don't come at me for not doing them in order, but I just really want to do Nerves next because just the aesthetics of this and the aesthetic of Nerves, I just really want to do these two next, or together. But No Blueberries picks up there. You see where he picks up the gun, and you hear the music playing.
Oh.
Okay, so just remember that's where No Blueberries will pick up.
Okay.
Okay, so he's heard No Blueberries years ago, but I don't think really remember like a ton of things of it, right?
No, I only knew that song, and I didn't even know who he was. I just knew that song because it was on Spotify, and I liked it, and that was it.
Yeah, so when we do react to that, he's heard that before, but I don't think he's ever really seen what's going on in the video or anything. I haven't heard it in a very long
time, so I'm actually very excited to hear it again.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that song, music video, thoughts?
I really, really liked the song.
Okay.
It was super different than a lot of stuff I feel like I've heard before.
Yeah.
I liked the instrumentation. Like I said, it very much reminded me of like a particular movie in a particular time, and I really don't know. I don't know how else to describe it outside of that because I can see it in my head, but I just can't. I don't have the words to describe it.
Yeah.
But musically, very cool. I liked his voice. Actually, he was using his voice in different ways.
Yes, he was. I'm glad you picked up on that.
Because especially near the end, like I just kind of started to notice it a lot more there. I don't know how he does that, but yeah.
Well, there's definitely a reason, and a reason as to why he does that or how he does that. That's for sure. So you clearly said that in the beginning that it seems as though, as far as the visuals in the video, it seems as though what was happening.
Like he's. Like, yeah, because the very opening he said, what did he say?
Remind me.
He said something about like.
Remind me of a time before when I can remember what before I change again or something. Yeah.
Yeah, before I change again. So then.
That was real great Anitra.
The entire world was like jolting almost, as if he had no control over what was happening, and then suddenly he woke up in the middle of the road, and then, obviously.
Well, there was like two parts, right? Where the part where he woke up in the middle of the road, which was, hold on.
Oh, were they separate from one another?
Well, hold on. Let me show you.
What's happening in the house?
So there is this part where, let me put this on the screen, where he wakes up in the middle of the road, right?
Right.
It's in color. There's all this, right? Yeah. But then there's also this whole part, right? In the house, which is not in color. It's in black and white. And the person here in the house seems a little bit different than the person who you see on the road.
I would agree.
Do you remember?
Wait.
Do you remember when I told you the two different?
Yeah, like the Mito. Is that what you said?
Mito.
Mm-hmm. Is this like him, like seeing what's happening but not really being present for it happening?
This is Mito. You were looking at Mito.
This person here?
Yes. So this is a Mito is typically shown in black and white, portrayed, not always, but he's typically portrayed in black and white. But this is showing kind of him kind of changing from him kind of to Mito, and kind of like that transformation. That's why you see everything is kind of here in color, and then it goes from color to black and white. Like, and you can see he kind of looks almost satisfied in a way. He gets kind of like a satisfied look on his face, and he kind of smiles, and you know what I mean? And this, I think, is just kind of like the aftermath of after Mito, him coming back. Because as you heard in the Zach Sang interview, he blacks out.
Right.
When he's Mito, he blacks out.
Yeah.
So he doesn't remember anything that occurs while he's Mito. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I mean, it can be, that's for sure. He talks about that in my interview with him. Make sure you check that out when I put that on my channel.
So is Mito like a scary, is it meant to be scary because he doesn't know what happens during that time?
I don't want to reveal that yet. I want you to tell me what you think the Mito character is or portrays. I want you to kind of come up with your own conclusion on that. because he leaves that up for interpretation in these like next MVs, so I don't want to taint what you might think about that. Okay. I know the answer to that, but I don't want to tell you the answer to that. I want to see if you can figure out the answer to that on your own. Okay, cool. All right, we let's go to the next MV, I think. So playlist,
this song,
yeah,
oh hell yeah.
So good. Okay, so Nerves is next. Like I said, I know technically this is not the next one. Technically, it's No Blueberries, then Nerves. But aesthetically speaking, I just think, first of all, Nerves is my favorite song. If anyone is wondering, Nerves is my favorite song. Ballroom Extravaganza is my second favorite song. Those two songs, just brilliant. So Nerves is my favorite. Maybe that's just why I want to put this together. But I also feel kind of just aesthetically speaking, I feel like it kind of fits the vibe of So Beautiful, just the way it's shot and stuff, I guess. I don't know, whatever, maybe I'm wrong, but this is what we're doing. So putting this on the screen, and this does have lyrics this time, so pay attention to some of them. Especially towards the end, so that maybe you can catch something. Okay, ready? I love this song for how vulnerable it is. Like it's sadly beautiful with how vulnerable it is, and I love it and appreciate it so much. So let's go. Like, I just want to give him a hug.
I felt that way watching the interview.
Right?
Like,
I just want to give him a hug.
Be your friend.
I know. I just want to be your friend and give you a hug. Like, I just want to be here for you, you know? I know. He's so sweet. I love him. I love it when he's like smiling and goofy too. He's so adorable. Sorry, just something that he said to me in the interview, just totally, that moment right there just reminded me of something he said to me in the interview, and I'm like,
what, this thing?
Yeah. You'll have to wait for the interview. I can't spoil everything, but just now that I've interviewed him and I've asked him questions, and now I'm watching these back, I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm like picking up on like little things, and I'm just like, so my mind's going, but like even though I've already seen this, like I'm thinking of new things now. Oh my god, this is great. Okay, sorry.
So you came around my house and you left your marks with your fingertips. I'm sitting where you sat down, and now he's looking for something meaningless. I'm getting nervous.
God, I love his voice so much. See, like, huh?
So unique.
Yeah. Watching this actually just makes me wish I had like infinite time to be able to talk to him, because like there were so many things, like I would have loved to have been able to like go through his discography with him, like his MVs, and be like, oh, in this video, what exactly were you going for with this or with this lyric? You know what I mean? I would have loved to have been able to kind of do like a, you know, discography, like, yeah, play by, like, not play by play, like discography overview or MV overview, because there's a lot of moments in like the lyrics or in the videos where I'm just like, I'm interpreting it one way and I hope I'm right, but I want to make sure I'm right, and I'm just not like, you know, like, oh, this is this when it may not be this, you know.
Maybe
so
that's
like
what he wants though.
Well, he wants it to be open for interpretation, of course. You know, he wants to see how people kind of, you know, absorb and, you know, kind of relate to what he's saying. But I want to see what he was like wanting, what his purpose was. Yeah. So man, I wish I had I wish I had more time, you know. I mean, the amount of time I was given was so much more beyond anything I expected them to give me. But like, to be able to like talk to him again, just about his like just MVs and you know the meanings behind things and stuff. Oh, like I'm reading this now and I'm like, oh, I wanted to ask him about that, but like, I didn't have the infinite amount of time, you know.
Don't worry about me, cause I'm doing fine. 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 I'm doing fine.
You see how I was just like, it's like this MV just feels so vulnerable and like beautifully sad. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it just seems really raw and real.
That's the perfect word for it.
And I think that's just one of the reasons why like I just find it it's my favorite. I just love it. I just love it so much because it feels so raw and so real and so almost exposing and like I respect him and like appreciate that in a way for him to be like so open.
Oh yeah.
You know? I just love it.
There's something about that image.
I know. This one?
Yeah.
I know. Almost haunting in a way, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know. I can't stop staring at his
almost
eyes.
like almost like he's empty.
Yeah, like his I was like looking
I want to give him a hug.
Well, I was looking at his eyes because they look so like dark and black almost. Yeah. So I was just kind of like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Girl, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I swear it's not a lie.
I think it's a lie.
I was about to be like, are you though?
Yeah. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Chanyeol's Nothing. I don't ever worry about nothing. Yeah. Like, I think you do. Yeah.
I'm doing fine. Girl, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I swear it's not a lie. I'm getting to the surface.
The way he's singing right now.
The way he's singing that like tone.
He changed
it's
it
beautiful.
Like from the moment when he was singing like I'm doing fine and whatnot to this point, it's totally different.
Yeah. The way he really definitely changes up his voice a lot. And he changes it up even more than this, which you'll hear like in the future. But yeah, I love the different tones that he changes. I mention him all the time. I'm like, oh, like his voice, the way he just changed his tone. So good.
Interesting.
Yeah. That just double kind of like beat then it continues. I'm obsessed with that. I love that part.
Back to the black and white. What?
Those are for later.
I know, but I'm just looking at like the image of with what we just watched and the brightness of that. It's like
that'll be explained later. Don't worry about these images here. He's like, this is very different imagery than what. There's a reason for it. Trust me. That'll be explained later.
Wow, that was like someone wrote like. That was just like someone just spilling their guts. Yeah.
Like I said, I think that's one of the reasons it's one of my favorite things. Plus just the beat and everything, the way he sings it. Yeah. What were you going to say?
Yeah. What was I gonna say?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
That was just very interesting. Like,
out of the two, which one do you like better? I know they're kind of different.
Yeah, they're very different.
You don't have to choose. I mean, they're both amazing. You can just say I like both. I don't care.
Well, I really don't even know. It's hard to say because it's hard to say. This one felt like just as if this was meant for like a particular person, and he just wanted to make this song just so that person could hear it, and like that was it.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, all right, well, I made a song. I might as well just put it out with like whoever may end up hearing it too. But this song is specifically for you, whoever you is. You know what I mean? But then I also noticed he like that ending that you mentioned where he said like, I loved you, he loved you. So he's obviously talking about this one too, that both of them love this person.
Yeah. I think it wasn't like I loved you, and then it's almost like Mido saying he loved you, like to the person.
There was even a point near the end where he was saying he went from like singing from his own perspective, then singing from like the perspective of someone else. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was probably on purpose, and I also noticed there was a lot of eye references, him covering his eye, even him being in the mirror, even though it was reversed, but I think he's at this point he's still kind of introducing the character of Mido to people. So that's black and white imagery, the eye, that's like the two biggest ways that like Mido is present, are the black and white imagery and the eye. It's not always black and white. There are a couple times where you will see Mido that's not completely black and white, but for the most part, that's how this is Mido present. Sometimes there will be a vocal change when later on when he introduces Mido like kind of vocally, but that hasn't happened yet. But you will definitely be able to tell if you hear Mido. Actually, you heard it a little bit at the beginning of So Beautiful. Heard that voice change at the very beginning. Oh yeah.
I feel it coming, and that voice changed super deep. That's Mido.
Oh, okay.
So, but the part here, this one. So you came around my house and you left your marks with your fingertips. I'm sitting where you sat down, and so I think this is now. And I wish I could have like thought like this is why I wish I could have had like a second whole conversation just about his music videos and his lyrics, but I interpret this as him speaking about Mido, like let's say maybe he's in a relationship with someone and he turns and maybe this person doesn't necessarily know that it's not really Ian anymore, it's now Mido, and so Mido obviously has completely different behaviors than Christian would have, and so which could affect a relationship. You know what I mean? Like if the person doesn't realize that this why did you all of a sudden act this way? You weren't acting this way before, type of thing. And so I feel when it's like, so you came around my house and you left your marks with your fingertips, I'm sitting where you sat down, and so it's kind of like Ian now talking back to Mido, like at least this is my interpretation. This is Ian kind of talking back to Mido, saying like, you came here and you were in the presence of the person I was with, and I'm sitting where you just were a minute ago when you were with her, but like he has no memory of what happened during that time. And so it's like when it's like you left your marks with your fingertips kind of thing, like just the presence of someone else being with the person he's with, not him, because although it's technically him, it's not him at the same time. Just because they are in the same body doesn't mean it's the same person. So
then I wonder if that ending about like I'm doing fine, like repeatedly saying I'm doing fine, if like that's speaking to maybe like the girl wondering.
I think I think he's just kind of both not just trying to let the person know, no, I'm fine. I think he's also trying to convince himself he's fine.
I was gonna say that too.
Yeah. And he's just like, I promise, I swear it's not a lie, and it's like, I don't know if I believe that. Yeah. And then at the end, it's kind of like, because I loved you, and then it's almost like Mido talking, he loved you, And then, or maybe it's him talking about Mido, like saying he loved you too, like we both loved you, type of thing.
That's what I thought.
I'm not sure, yeah, but it's definitely coming from both sides. But man, I love this song so much. It's my favorite song. It's love. Really good. I love, first of all, just the melody and like the guitar and that type of vibe and sound. Oh, that's my shit. Like I fucking love it. First of all, so that automatically is one of the reasons why it's one of my favorites. But his vocals in it, the vulnerability in it, the lyrics, like yeah, just the whole thing.
That's the thing I like the most about it. The what you said, love I can't speak.
Vulnerability.
Vulnerability. Yeah, because there's just something about it. It doesn't feel like your normal song structure.
Right.
That's what I like. It just feels very honest and
honest, yeah. Honest, raw, real, like and I think that it's just when an artist is willing to expose so much, like it's just, I find such an appreciation towards that artist for just being so open and exposed and honest,
And there's a lot of different ways. Yeah,
like exactly. An artist doesn't have to share that much,
And I also think there's like a lot of different ways that artists can go about doing that. But there was something about this that I really enjoyed. I think it's mainly because you told me that he also has like a hand in editing, or just not a hand, but he edits his videos, directs them, and all that stuff like that. So you know where this is coming from, and you know like what this is meant to be, and you know this is coming from him.
Yeah.
So it all just feels very like, should I be looking at this, or should I I feel almost a bit like, I don't know, intrusive.
Yeah, so, it really does. It's almost kind of like, it's almost too personal.
Yeah.
And it's almost like, it's like I feel like I'm intruding on this personal moment that maybe I shouldn't be watching, or I shouldn't see this person breaking down and being so vulnerable. Like this feels too private.
That's why I was so hooked on that image when you paused. I was just like, I was literally just staring at him in his eyes, because I'm like, wow, like in normal circumstances, in normal videos we'd be watching, I'd be like, oh my god, look at him. But in this case I was just like,
I know. Like a normal video, be like, oh, he's fine, but like in this video, it's like it's beyond that. I mean, of course he's fucking fine. Yeah, hello. Do you see So Beautiful?
We're not blind.
Hello, hello. But there was just so much emotion in that one image.
Yeah.
That it's like, I can't even talk about how beautiful he is right now. Just look at his expression, like, and just,
He really sold the look of someone who is not okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love him. I just appreciate him so much. Anyway, okay, we have been talking a lot, so we are going to end this video. This is going to be our part 1 of my deep dive into Ian with RJ.
How long's it been?
42 minutes, 43 minutes. The time flies.
Seriously, I just don't get it.
It's crazy. I know. All right, so we are gonna go. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please don't spoil anything that is to come that he is not aware of yet. We will kind of unveil that as we go. But if I did miss anything from these 2 videos in particular, please comment that down below. I would very much appreciate that. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Look forward to part 2 when we do No Blueberries, Scaredy Cat, and Welcome to the Show. And we will see you guys in the next video. Bye!